If Travis Hunter had read my book, Stop Simping Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, he wouldn't be on a road to be taken to the cleaners. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Better get the cool slow, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue. Just when I thought Alex Fine was going to be Simp of the Year, Travis Hunter races in front of him and takes first place in this race for disgrace. Now, over Memorial Day weekend, NFL rookie Travis Hunter decided to finally marry his longtime girlfriend, Leanna Lenee, in an elaborate wedding that took place at a venue in Tennessee on May 24th. And as Travis Hunter decided to marry Leanna Lenee, he wound up giving Leanna Lenee a Mercedes Benz that cost over six figures, in addition to basically winding up providing her with a pretty good lifestyle until he recently got his NFL contract. Now, Travis Hunter basically is spellbound and caught up in the idea of Leanna Lenee and caught up in the idea of Leanna Lenee he's had ever since he was a teenager, back when he was in high school and first saw her. And sadly, as he's been caught up in that fantasy regarding what he thinks Leanna Lenee is, he can't see the reality of the disrespect and contempt this woman has shown him ever since she was a teenage girl. Now, in the case of Travis Hunter, he's basically one of these guys who's still in his adolescent simp phase, like I talk about in my book, Stop Simping Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. And as he's still caught up in his adolescent simp phase at 22 years old, he cannot see that this girl, Leanna Lenee, has grown up into a woman who still has absolutely no respect for him and no regard for him whatsoever. I mean, this girl, back when she was a teenager, told him that she wasn't really feeling him and wanted nothing to do with him back when they were younger. And it was only when Travis Hunter started to become really popular as related to playing football and was on a road to getting into the NFL draft that Leanna Lenee basically showed any interest in Travis Hunter whatsoever. And sadly with Travis Hunter, because he's still stuck in his simp phase, he basically just sees everything through rose-colored glasses as related to Leanna Lenee, and sadly will not listen to any sort of logic or reason, or even see any sort of logic or reason as related to this relationship, because he's basically one of these guys who was raised in a single mother household, and as he was raised in that single mother household, this boy never learned the life skills he needed to be a man, nor did he ever learn about his role as a man in God's order. No, what happened with Travis Hunter is he's one of these mama's boys, who's learned to follow behind his mother, and as he's learned to follow behind his mother, he's learned to go out here and look to chase behind Leanna Lenee, a girl who ever since she was in high school has shown nothing but disrespect and contempt for him. And that was shown to me in a video where Travis Hunter basically drives Leanna Lenee all the way over to a party, drives her over to a party so that she can have a good time. Meanwhile, he's sitting in a car waiting for her to finish having her fun. And that's not the way a healthy man goes out here and lives. No, a healthy man goes out here and lives by going out here and one, serving God and seeing him as the only person he will follow, and then two, putting himself first. And as a man puts himself first as related to life, he's focused on achieving and accomplishing his goals, and he's looking for a woman who wants to follow his lead, and he's not looking to go out here and chase behind some woman who basically already said, okay, I'm not feeling you, I'm not into you at all, But with Travis Hunter, he's doing what many simps do, is that he's thinking, oh, if I continue to chase her, eventually I'll wear her down, and eventually she'll want to get with me because I've got stuff. And basically, that's what simps do because they want to get with women, thinking, oh, if I go out here and I achieve and accomplish things, this will impress this woman. But that's a covert contract that will never be fulfilled. It's a covert contract that will never be fulfilled because this woman never looked to respect this guy at all whatsoever, and basically was out here having her fun with guys right in front of his face, not even behind his back, right in front of his face, expressing disrespect directed straight at him. And as she expressed her disrespect straight at him, what happened here with Travis Hunter is that he's still thinking, oh, she's still paying attention to me, so things are good. But he's never asking the critical question, why is this woman paying attention to me at all? I mean, when it comes down to Leanna Lenee, she has no genuine interest in Travis Hunter whatsoever. No, she never had a genuine interest in Travis as a person, didn't have an interest in him in looking to be a part of his life. No, she has absolutely no interest in being that at all, and she's basically here to see what other goodies she can get from this dude, what other stuff she can get as related to having a lifestyle provided for her by this dude. And as she sees this big fat juicy simp, she just sees him as a human ATM, and basically someone to get resources from, because she basically knows that the guys she really wants to get with, usually possibly these Hispanic pookies and Ray Rays, basically they ain't got no job, they ain't got no money, they ain't got nothing going for them. But she'll go out here and get with this guy and make him a meal ticket, similar to the way possibly his own mama see him as a meal ticket, and because he can play football really good, and basically he's being used by everyone because he doesn't understand himself as a man, and doesn't understand his role in God's order, and doesn't understand that people are basically taking advantage of his naivete. And what's the saddest part about Travis Hunter is that you got men out here, men like Coach Prime, who tried to sit down and talk to Travis Hunter and tried to let him know what the game is. And as guys like Coach Prime, who basically has dealt with these type of women and divorces in the past, basically he's trying to give him the game, and other brothers out here tried to give him the game, but sadly Travis Hunter is just so spellbound and mesmerized by those crystal brown eyes and that creamy caramel skin, that he basically is so caught up in this female and so caught up in the smelling her atomic waste from the special place. He basically is so caught up in this woman that it's basically a tragedy we're watching unfold. That's what we're watching here with Travis Hunter. Most of us men out here, especially us heterosexual brothers like myself, I mean, we're basically watching this guy and seeing a wreck happen in real time as related to this dude, watching a wreck happen with this dude as related to things. And what's happening is a simp and his money shall soon be parted, and soon be parted in a very ignominious fashion as related to Travis Hunter. I mean, Travis Hunter basically was a guy, he went out here and worked his way all the way into getting drafted into the NFL, wound up signing one of those big contracts, and as he wound up signing that big contract, he wound up doing what many beta males who come from single mother households do, looks to go out here and invest in a woman who has not invested anything at all in him. And that's the big problem with a lot of simps. They go out here and invest everything into a woman financially who has not invested anything emotionally in him, because they don't understand how relationships work. Because the way relationships work is, again, a woman goes out here and looks to submit to a man, and as she looks to submit to that man, she invests her emotions in that man, and as she invests her emotions in that man and looks to be the helpmeet to him and looks to follow his lead, that's where that man sees that woman as someone he wants to, again, invest his time into, and possibly looks to invest in providing for that woman if she looks to be a part of his program. But when it comes down to simps, They have no standard, they have no program whatsoever, and instead of looking for a woman who will follow his lead and look to be a part of his program and part of taking care of his business, what he gets involved with is a woman who basically is all about her own business. And as she's about her own business, she's basically looking to see this guy as an all-purpose fool that she can go out here and use as a tool to basically elevate her social status and basically go out here and get broke off at his expense. And that's what Leanna Lenee basically is doing, because she's showing that she never really wanted to be in a relationship with Travis Hunter whatsoever. I mean, in a video that went viral, she's out here looking to have a separate bedroom from him in his own home, not seeing how that's basically disrespectful to him. She don't even want to be in the same room with you, and she wants to have her own space in your home, but she's saying she's your woman. No, that's not how it go when a woman is out here. A woman who's out here who's functional, she's not coming into your house unless she's your wife, and that's the way any man would do it. He'd be like, okay, you can stay over with your parents, you can stay with your mama and your dad until I'm ready to go out here and marry you and bring you into my program, because the Bible states that, again, when a man and a woman come together, they forsake mother and father and come to cleave to each other. But Travis Hunter, basically being raised in a dysfunctional cycle of feminism and on people living together, moves this woman in his house, moves this woman into his house, who basically isn't interested in being a part of his program, but is just there to just be there because she sees, oh, I can get my own space in a nice luxury house. I can go out here and live very well and be taken care of by a man who I don't really care about, and a man who I can go out here and openly disrespect by going out here and, again, having him take money that he made for and paying for the gas. He's driving you to a party where you going and hanging out with your homies, and he's not even looking to live his own life. That's the sad part about Travis Hunter. Dude is out here not looking to live his own life or pursue his own passions. He's basically, I believe, went into football following behind mama and then following behind this girl, never looking to, again, find his own personal satisfaction, never looking to find his own peace. That's what I really is sad about this dude. And what's really sad is he's basically, again, going out here, possibly paid for the entire wedding that basically given this woman. I mean, he gave this woman, possibly with his NFL contract, this big old wedding in this elaborate place in Tennessee. And I just had to shake my head about that because, again, it's usually the father of the woman who pays for the wedding because he's giving his daughter to that man. But this dude basically possibly covered everything, then also goes out here and buys his new wife a six-figure Mercedes-Benz, and not understanding you just bought this woman a luxury car, and again, you spending most of your money. I mean, you don't even know how long you're going to be in this NFL, because all it takes is one injury and you're basically done. And this guy basically spending all his money on a woman without ever looking and thinking critically and thinking to himself, oh, if this woman already has no respect for me, that this is going to get progressively worse. It's going to get progressively worse when a woman goes out here and is showing you disrespect, because if a woman doesn't respect you, that relationship is going to turn into contempt, and it's going to turn into contempt, and this woman is going to go out here and express her contempt directly at this dude, Travis Hunter. That's what's really sad about this, because he doesn't understand that as the relationship gets older, things change in the relationship, and as the relationship changes between you and your wife, this is where many of these women who, again, are looking to prey on a dude start expressing their contempt and start being openly disrespectful. I mean, she's already been disrespectful directly at this dude, and this is where that disrespect turns into contempt, where she's embarrassing you in front of people, and already embarrassing you in front of people. She's already starting to do that by, again, having him sit in a car, and this is only going to get progressively worse. This is where she's possibly going to look to have a dude on the side on this guy, and then as she's having this dude on the side, she may possibly wind up going out here and possibly, according to some reports, getting getting pregnant, and then winding up having a kid by this dude, and then basically going out here and taking him to the cleaners, making his wallet 10 pounds lighter. I mean, he's gonna get cleaned out better than X-Lax by this female, as she's basically looking to get that payday from spousal support to maintain the lifestyle he gave her, and then look to get child support from a possible child. She basically sees this guy as an all-purpose fool. And what's really sad about Travis Hunter is that this all-purpose fool didn't want to listen to anyone. You had men in the world basically sitting up here trying to talk to him, trying to let him know what the game is. But this dude, again, was so mesmerized and spellbound by the girl of his dreams that he can't see that he's going to become a part of a nightmare. I mean, watching Travis Hunter is like watching a horror movie where you're watching the victims basically running around looking to try to find some way out of the path of the slasher, and you know that the slasher's just gonna get them. You know the slasher's just gonna go out here and take them out, but you can't do nothing because you're just watching this on a TV screen. You can't do nothing about it. But this dude, again, he don't see where he going, and what's really sad is that he was given advice by seasoned men out here basically tried to talk to this dude, but because he's still in a simp face at 22 years old, he got a ring in his nose. He's being led around, and sadly being led around like a lamb to the slaughter. That's what's happening here with Travis Hunter, and that's why he basically wound up passing behind Alex Fine for being Simp of the Year. Now, Alex Fine basically was on a road to being Simp of the Year, as related to him marrying Cassie, a chick who was basically ran through by all of these different guys, like Kid Cutie, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and all the freaks at the Freak Off. I mean, he basically wound up marrying a female who basically was not considered marriage material, but was basically on a road to Bust Downtown. He basically went into Bust Downtown, picked up Cassie at basically about 60, 70, even 80, and I would say 80% off the original social marketplace price. And as he picked up Cassie, he basically showed how he was the Simp of the Year, trying to be the cleanup man, cleaning with his coveralls and his Timberland spice dance, looking to clean up all the girl sauce and all the man gravy after Sean D. Diddy comes freak offs and wound up marrying this woman and having kids with her. And he basically has been surpassed at this point by Travis Hunter, who ran into the end zone, was running towards the end zone as related to becoming the Simp of the Year. Simp of the Year because under that goofy grin is a dude who basically doesn't understand he's going to be crying sooner rather than later. Crying sooner rather than later because he married the girl of his dreams, but the girl of his dreams is about to make his life a nightmare he could have avoided, a nightmare he could have avoided as related to things. But sadly, this guy again wanted to go out here and give this girl a magical evening, but doesn't see the spell being cast on him by this female, and really cast on him by himself, because he just basically has this fantasy and rose-colored reality in his eyes as related to this female, Leanna Lenee, and doesn't see that this woman really isn't interested in him. She's just interested in what he got. And basically, this guy, again, messed up his whole life before it even got started. That's the saddest part about Travis Hunter. Here's a dude with all this promise, has everything going for him, but because he was not really taught how to move in this life and how to operate as a man, his whole operation is basically about to fall completely apart. And sadly, many of us men know what's possibly going to happen in about 3 to 5 years. In about 3 to 5 years, or maybe even 2 years, I would say, this guy basically gonna have to deal with this woman sitting across from him, and the thing she's gonna say is, "I'm not happy." We know it's coming. We know it's gonna happen. We know she gonna come out here and say, "I'm not happy," and that's where this simp will basically have the rose-colored glasses taken straight off his face. And as he has those rose-colored glasses taken straight off his face, he's gonna be looking across the room at a woman and see a person he never knew, and he's going to see a person he never knew because he was basically in the clouds about this woman. Because I know all about that simp phase. You wind up with your head in the clouds. Oh, you're so caught up in the attention this girl is giving you, and you're so feeling euphoric. And after you start to deal with reality on this being a real person sitting across from you, that's when everything just, your whole world falls apart. And that's the type of pain that's coming to Travis Hunter as he's coming out of the simp phase, as related to life. And it's going to be a very painful situation for Travis Hunter, and an even costlier one. Again, Coach Prime tried to warn him so that he wouldn't mess things up, but he wound up going to the NFL slave plantation draft with the girl of his dreams. Again, giving her Rolex watches, giving her bracelets, I believe diamond tennis bracelets, as related to things, giving her everything and not looking at what she's going to give him. Again, I go back to Dr. T. Whitfield, and he says about a man wanting to give. And again, what he was talking about as related to giving is intangibles of character. But as a man, again, yes, you want to give women things, but the whole thing is, what is that woman giving you? And many men don't answer that critical question. What is that woman looking to give you in a relationship? What is she looking to contribute to you? What is she looking to share with you? How is she looking to help meet your needs? How is she looking to work with you and be a part of your program, be a part of your operation? Because if she's going into business for herself, then she's not working with you. And that flies over the heads of many simps out here. They're not understanding if she's going into business for herself, she ain't working as a part of your program. She's not working with you as a man. She's not working with you towards working on this relationship. She's not working towards helping you at all. No, it's about what she wants, and that's where Travis Hunter is. He's basically dealing with a woman who's basically been in business for herself from minute one, because once a woman tells you straight to your face, okay, I ain't feeling you, that's where you charge her to the game. And you charge her to the game because, again, women are emotional, and since women are emotional, if they're not feeling you, they ain't into you whatsoever. And that's where any critical thinking man basically sits down and says, okay, she ain't into me. I'm not dealing with this chick anymore. You out here, the streets can have you. You're not anybody I need to deal with, because I want to be with the woman who's feeling me and into me and wants to be a part of my program and wants to be working with me. That's what a man should want in a quality woman. But that's the problem that many simps don't understand. They're basically, again, caught up in the soap operas, caught up in the romantic comedies, and the stuff that they saw from Madison Avenue in Hollywood, in a rose-colored reality, sitting up there thinking, oh, I can get the girl of my dreams. No, that's not the girl of your dreams, because you have not been taught how relationships actually work, and you would learn that from reading books like the Bible and reading books like Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, because the real way a woman wants to get with you, again, is all based on her having a relationship that she wants to be with you, and she wants to have your relationship, and it's about you and her. That's what it's all about, actually, for a relationship. But Travis Hunter don't understand that. No, he's got to learn a very hard lesson and a very costly lesson at this point. Has to learn a costly lesson that basically he could have avoided had he just spent $14.99 on Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. And I wish Coach Prime would have given every member of his team, Colorado Buffaloes, a copy of Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, because the earlier we get these boys in the game, the faster we can keep them from getting played. I mean, when it comes down to guys out here, a lot of them are not put on game early on, and that's why they get played like Travis Hunter, because the single mother, in some cases, don't know how the game operates as related to men. And that's why a lot of mothers now, they be out here asking me, okay, can I buy this book for my son? And I tell them, yeah, buy this book for your son. This book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, It may cost $14.99 for the paperback or $2.99 for the ebook, but it winds up saving these boys thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or millions of dollars as related to their lifetimes. And I wish I could have got Travis Hunter a copy, but again, I don't know if he would read it because he's still in that simp phase of adolescence, something many boys who, again, from anywhere from 12 to 16 years old, we may have a crush on a girl, we may have dreams about a girl, but the reality comes in and we start to accept, okay, this chick ain't the one. We gonna charge her to the game and learn a bit more about the game. And again, a lot of the guys from Gen X on where we really didn't get that game, but a lot of us from Gen X, like myself, we're trying to give these young men the game, give them the game so that they don't get played. But Travis Hunter will be a hard example and a hard lesson for a lot of men as related to things because, again, I'll repeat it once more, it's like a horror movie. It's like a horror movie where we see that he's basically going to be the next one targeted by the slasher, and basically he's going to wind up with his income cut in half, with his income cut straight in half, all because he didn't want to heed the warnings about the female predator that he wound up getting involved with and was so caught up in, like Steve Urkel, as related to Laura Winslow. Now, if you remember the 1980s, 1990s sitcom Family Matters, you remember that Steve Urkel was always constantly chasing Laura Winslow, and Laura Winslow was dissing him, but he kept chasing this woman, this girl, and even though she showed nothing but disrespect for him, he still kept trying to wear her down, and sadly, as he looked to wear her down, he wound up being wasting the best years of his life. I mean, he had a great girl in Myra and basically left her alone. And then went out here and got with Laura after she had basically been ran through. Went out here and got the girl of his dreams, again, after she got more miles on her than an 89 Yugo with a blown head gasket and broken valve cover gaskets, and basically got with this chick and wound up marrying her when nobody else wanted her at the end of the season of Family Matters. And sadly, this was happening here, is that he wound up going to become miserably ever after as she basically settled for Steve. And the same thing is happening here with Leanna Lenee. She's settling for Travis Hunter and only settling to tolerate him as related to getting that lavish lifestyle at his expense. And he will be devastated, like in the Bismarcky song "Just a Friend," when he finds out that she just has a friend, and he's tongue kissing his girl on the mouth, and his heart's gonna go way down south because dude basically again wound up being mesmerized and caught up in the fantasy of this girl instead of realizing the reality as related to female nature. Now, if you want to learn how to avoid and identify female predators and also learn how to break out of the simp pattern of behavior, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com. In paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance at other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to learn how to avoid female predators on the job and female predators online, you can pick up my other books in the Simp series, such as Stop Simping in the Workplace and Stop Simping in Cyberspace. And these books will teach you all about how to avoid female predators, like I believe Leanna Lenee is. And you can also learn about their nature by picking up books that I wrote, like Why 70% of Black Women Are Single and The Woman Crisis. And you can find all those books at all the online booksellers I mentioned. And if you want to see me take more athletes and celebrities to the barbecue, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, A Thorn in My Side. The man who rules the world takes on an agent from the CIA, from the Black Boule, in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.